Good evening, legends. Welcome back to the old world of Oz. It's me, the wizard, ASB. Although you've got white hair, you're more of a wizard, aren't you, Gomo?
I don't know if you call it hair. Pretty sure close to doing what you're doing. So anyway, here's what it is.
How are you, mate?
I'm good, yeah. Just busy, and like you are as well, trying to wrangle all this stuff, aren't you? So
yeah.
The Masters.
Yes, mate. The Masters is here. Apologies to everyone on the delay and hype train. I think, real life's gotten in the way, unfortunately. And then last week I was really sick and missed an entire week of work. And it was slightly delayed. So the players pack will be released in about 5 minutes, actually. Although you're about to jump straight into your next show with
they've got the Alba Fanatics episode 100 at 9 o'clock. In prepping for that.
Yeah. I should be able to have it in your inbox so you can send it out. I'm going to get you to email it to all the players that have so far accepted. So just actually very, very quickly on that, we are here tonight, guys, just to do the mission draw. So the format that was selected is 5 rounds. We've gone straight from the rule book. The missions are slightly altered just to make them fit a 20-0 system. So breakpoint, as an example, the national committee voted on this, that breakpoint will be altered to last for 6 turns, to follow open battle in terms of deployment and all of that. But you will get 250 victory points if you get your opponent below 25%. So effectively, both players can get that 250 victory points. But if you get your opponent below 250, then you get an additional below 25%, you get an additional 250 at the end. That can be quite a big swing if you look at the point scoring table. It's 0 to 200 for is a 10-10. So if you just like that. Actually, that's a bad example because if you're getting them below 25%, it's not a 10-10. Well, it could be a 10-10. Could be.
Well, if you both just had
It could be the swing, the difference, for you. So, the other one we've also altered is meeting engagement. I think most people don't enjoy meeting engagement when you, 4 or 5 year units, including your general and your level 4, don't show up. So we've altered that to have no rolling for any units, all of the units. You may as well consider it to be open battle, basically, but just using the diagonal deployment. So that's what we've done with meeting engagement. We're currently voting if we've got, obviously there's 6 missions, and so they're going to be selected randomly, and they're going to be selected randomly in location. So it's not, where you go, you're going to finish on open battle or anything like that. The randomizer in Excel is going to pick when we play what we play, which just adds a little bit of spice and hype and flavor, which we're going to really start ramping up our content. We might even do, 2 shorter videos a week now, maybe try and get some interviews in if we can before Masters on the 26th and 27th. Just so everyone knows, we've got 17 players already locked in and confirmed. We unfortunately have one player that did have to pull out. We basically just trying to fill those final 3 spots right now. We had a pretty good uptick, to be honest. We were sitting at 18 out of 30. Which is pretty good. So that's 18 out of 30 players. But we've just, at the moment, I think there's a lot of people that weren't expecting to get tapped on the shoulder, and so we're currently working down. I think we're at about 44 at the moment. So we may have a couple of the sort of 45 to 55 ranked Queensland guys that will end up getting a nod on the shoulder. Our referees are locked in. We've got paid referees for this. We've got 2. One of them may actually be playing though. That's kind of where we're at. But we're going to do an episode next week to go through the full players pack, the format, and all that. So
should hopefully know by then too, obviously.
We should have our 20 players by then as well. Yeah. And so we'll actually go through who those 20 players are. And a few bits and pieces like that. But what we're here to do right now is randomize what missions we're going to be playing. So I'm going to get up my very, very professional share screen. Here we go.
Cool.
All right. So share screen. Cool. Window.
We didn't practice this, but that's okay. They have actually done an update on this too, so I probably can't even help you because I haven't actually shared it yet. There we go. It's coming up.
It's there?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. So for all you accountants, data analysts.
I think it's maybe zoom in. Can you zoom in on it?
Yeah, I can zoom in.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that better?
I think so. I can see it, but hopefully other people can too. Just if they're on their phone or something. We'll be right. We'll talk it out.
Cool. All right. Might just check actually. As you can tell, I'm not very. It's at 107. It won't go any further. There you go.
Oh yeah, it's fun. That's
all right, guys. So as you can see here in column B and C, we've got all of the missions. So 1 to 6, open battle, breakpoint, flank attack, meeting engagement, mountain pass, and command and control. The only other one that is being currently hotly debated by and voted on by the National Committee is command and control. What to do with that? Whether we do, I mean, to be honest, I think the easiest way from a referee's perspective and all that, and for the player base, is we just literally put a little 20 mil round base in the middle, directly in the center, with some blue tack, and basically you fight over it. It doesn't block line of sight or anything like that. That's what I will vote for. But just from a playing night day,
it's not specific. It's not like the King of the Hill, is it? Like it's not specific to an actual feature. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no. So that wouldn't be, because otherwise you've got to which one
it is. Yeah.
I'm not much of a terrain guy, so I'm going to need someone then to build us 10 identical pieces, like identical special features. Or do we go, okay, the players roll, you get given an identical, parameter or diameter, terrain piece, but you roll at the start between the two of you to decide what it is, makes it a little bit more random and interesting. So there's a few different options there, but
it will be command and control. It's just depending on the specifics.
Yeah,
it'll still be
correct.
Find out.
Yep.
Okay, right, yeah, cool.
But yeah, so without further ado, we're going to do the very official rand between 1 to 6. So guys, the first mission for Masters 2025 is open battle. It's a bit of an anticlimax, isn't it? There you go. All right. The next one is Mountain Pass.
Mountain Pass, cool. Look the other way. I like it.
All right.
Day one's looking like a little bit of just killing at the moment. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
No, nothing too crazy.
Yep. I'm just going to delete. Actually, hold on. Actually, we'll just keep going. We know what we've got.
Yeah, you might just.
That is.
It's like rolling for magic. Yeah, we're just going to have to keep doing it.
Meeting engagement. Okay. There you go. So that's day one. Will be open battle first, which is. I was hoping for something spicy, to start the day, but meeting engagement.
Well, actually, this will be good. Depending on which one comes up last, it'll be very interesting. If command and control rolls up last, I think that's going to be
that will be interesting actually for if you've got two players on similar points or one needs to push, that could there you go. So
meeting engagement, open battle and stuff like that, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on
right. Here we go for day 2, game 1. We have breakpoint. Oof.
Yep, there we go.
So we can only have, we've had 1, 2. Damn it, that's annoying.
Command.
Flank attack or command and control. I hope I actually really want it to be flank attack just so I don't have to go through the rigmarole of working command and control. So what we're looking for here is a 2 or a 6. A 3 or a 6.
Yeah.
Oh, it is command and control. Final game.
There we go.
Okay, so we will not be
begin and end out of the rule book by the look of it. Open battle and command and control.
Yep. So that is the missions, guys, for Masters. The players pack will be out this evening. For those that have already seen it, I'll once we've got all 20 players have actually got their players pack, I will then post it in the in the group chat. I might just very quickly
I was going to ask when's lists and all that. Like, is that anything you can tell now? Or
100%. And I actually just want to something that I've put in there too, mate, is that I just very, very quickly want to run through because I'm quite proud of this. Where's my pack? Can you see that?
No, because you end up having to like unshare this one.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds.
So you'll have to like take that one out or whatever, however it works.
Okay. Stop sharing.
Yeah.
And then represent. Okay. I want to share my screen. So I'm being definitely like a non-tech guy, just talking through every single thing I'm doing.
Left click, drag, double click.
Tab. Oh, no time
Can
for
you
that.
add that, or do I have to add it to stage?
What's that?
Can you add that to stage, or do you need me to do it?
Can you see it?
Yeah, but it's not up. It's in the staging area. I'll bring it up. There we go.
Oh, yeah, cool. Sorry, I don't know.
Cool.
All right. So something I've added actually, guys, is I'm calling the pre-game discussion, or the 8 commandments. I think this is something that all events should start putting into their packs. This is off the back of all of the recent feedback. Mm-hmm. It covers army lists. This is basically a discussion you should be having with your opponent before every single round, and it really just calls out the kind of I guess the style of game and stuff. So army lists, so it's taking your opponent through your army, pointing out what is what, who is who, clarifying understanding the interactions, i.e. I've got a 3-up armor save, a 5-up ward save, but increases to 3 against flaming attacks. Or my halberds, when they're in drilled, can fly 36 inches, that kind of stuff. The terrain, going through, so that there'll be a sheet provided together that the players will have, that'll tell them what is what. But it's a good idea for them to go through and go, okay, yes, that's what that is. That's what that is. The referee on the day will set the terrain. So that the referee will have 10 tables with set terrain of what is on the table, and they will then place it where they want it to go. The referee, so no TO player involvement. Playing with intent. Discuss how you declare your intent. Make sure you're on the same page. I.e., I'm going to move like this, and ask you if you agree, so we don't mess around and waste time. Or my expectation is we both mark out units' positions, measure our wheels from the outside corner, we work through it together. Collaborate is the key. Marking, moving to check things and moving back. As per the rulebook, page 92, under takebacks plus page 7 of the FAQ, marking the position of a unit to move it, only to move it back again, is a takeback. Players shouldn't be marking a unit's position and moving it multiple times, only to decide to do nothing. So mark it, declare your intent on where you want to move, measure it out, agree on the move, less arguments, be collaborative. This will speed the game up and make it more enjoyable. I personally like to mark, things. So I think you've played me, mate. I'll mark stuff, but I'm not marking it to move it back. I'm marking it to move, so that way there's no.
If anything happens, you know where it was. Yeah, exactly.
Correct. Yeah. But I'm not marking it to go, oh, actually, no, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. So there is a difference. You can mark things for sure, but it's actually in the rule book and in the FAQ that you cannot mark and move things multiple times. There are games like Ninth Age where you can do that, but Old World you actually can't. So I've also covered takebacks. So and I've just added some clarity here. So it's as per the rule book, page 92. As long as no dice are rolled, you can take something back. So for example, saying that's the end of my command phase, onto charges, proceeding to begin to declare them, but realizing you still had one more enchantment to cast. It's completely fine. That is not a take back because no dice have been rolled. The game state is still the same. On the contrary, declaring all your charges, picking up dice, starting to roll them, then going, wait, I need to cast this, that is a take back. However, both players should be collaborative. Do you really want to win because you rushed through a phase and your opponent forgot something? Have a discussion, work together, no sour tastes.
100%. Yeah, I like that.
Counting up and counting down, it's the age-old debate.
What have you got on this one? I can't read it. It's a bit small for you on this screen, but what are you saying? Right. Or are you just working it out and both players do it, or you be consistent? What's the answer here?
Yeah, so it's counting up or counting down. Yes, the age-old debate that continues to divide wargamers of all systems. Explain to your opponent how you plan to count wounds. So check each other's dice colors. Do they use counters? Pro tip, bottle caps with blue tack are what I use a lot of the time. That way you can freely count with the dice. You won't pick them up by accident. They also won't get bumped during play. So they sit next to the unit in a bottle cap with blue tack. It's very cost effective. It's very simple, to do. But the main one is I personally am one that I count I count up, so it's wounds taken, not wounds to go.
I do down. There you go. We're opposites, but that's
right. And it's okay to do that. But you need to discuss that before. You should discuss that before the game.
First time, usually I won't, but usually that's when I do my first multi-woundy one where I go, I'm counting down, But yes, you're right.
Yep. Dice colors. What are you using? So does your opponent have all the templates and artillery dice? Do you need to share some? Like, do they have? So something that annoys me as an example is when people are like, oh, I don't have a misfire artillery dice, so I'm going to use a D6. And one's a misfire. I'm like, no, here's an actual dice. Use that. You know what I mean? Which I think is pretty fair. If someone is refusing to use an artillery dice, I think it's fair to say, no, here's one. I've got 4. Use one of these. But I think the main one, guys, is collaborate. This is a competitive event, but why not have 5 great games that are on the edge of your seat with no arguments? Work as a team in bold.
100%. It's good that, like you said, I think these, even if it's not all consistent to this level, having this in the pack spelled out a bit more, I think it's going to be it's a good thing. I reckon.
Yeah. I think. But yeah, I know that you've got
obviously masters will be a bit more like this versus some others, but that's fine. Like in terms of
100%. But yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. We've got 3 more players to get locked in and secured. The players pack's about to go out to the players that have already committed and are locked in. So thank you to those 17. It has been I've got that many bloody messages in Facebook where I've been hounding people to be like, I don't care if it's a no, I just need you to tell me within maybe an hour would be great. So we also had a change of venue. Sorry, that's only the one other thing to cover. Irresistible Force has gone through some changes as a business. They don't have their war room anymore, and it was just like they only actually carry 7 tables. They can put it in, but I'd like, this sounds like it's going to be cramped. We ran an event recently at our club, and the cost is significantly cheaper. So all up, which is cool, is so $45 per player for Masters includes lunch both days, Subway one day, pizza on the other day, the trophies. So that's all included plus the venue for $45 for the 2 days. I think is a pretty good price for a 2-day event. It was going to cost close to $70 at Irresistible Force. So I decided to I managed to find and move the venue there. Masters.
Cool,
that's our
exciting.
mission.
I'm a little annoyed that I had to say no, but yes, unfortunately, next year I want to do it on merit too, but we'll get there.
I get you, mate. I get you.
It's just ends up, because I even wanted to get up there, but then it's like, we got people. I think every weekend this July it's got something on, and then it's not that weekend, but we're going to the snow like 2 days later. I get you. That's gonna be, I'm pushing it. Yeah, but anyway, there's always next year. So.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Cool. Well, I have to get ready for episode 100 over there on Old World Fanatics.
That's all right, mate. I'll let you go and
thanks for jumping on quickly and getting this out, and thanks for all the effort, man, prepping this. I bet you everyone's. I can't wait to see what happens and what the results are and all that sort of stuff. It's going to be good.
Yeah, me too, mate. I'm excited. It's going to be good.
You're going to stab at it, man. You have a very good stab at it. So, chance, especially with the new FAQ.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, I think
the Empire are a different kettle of fish now. So,
I think it's also that the good thing when you play a low tier book that got buffed is your list doesn't have to necessarily change drastically, whereas the guys that
everyone else's does.
Yeah, because they're sort of an unknown, but then that also can be different, right? Because it's an unknown quantity to everyone, not just them. So
true.
But it's
and there's everyone's good players, so I'm assuming.
My tip to win it's Jamie Payne. I think that's a very safe bet. I think Nick Killing or Nick Hohen will also have a good showing. They're probably and probably Akhtar if I was to pick 3 players. That would probably be my 3. But
we will need to chat. We'll let's work on the time to get some, because I've got some thoughts about. I just think this is very interesting, Old World. I think there's a amalgamation of different old editions coming in and playing the one game. So it's going to be. This is the first event where you're seeing people who played in 6th, but not 8th, or played in 8th and not really in 6th or 7th. You know, like it's going to be
like myself. Like I played 6th and 7th, but not 8th. But I played 9th.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. And then you got that too. So I can't wait. But anyway, we'll yeah, cool, man. Well, thank you, and hopefully people like the players back when you get it out.
Awesome. I might let you get to the. Actually, I'll probably be watching yours anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Send us comments.
I'll try and get it back across so you can send it out before that happens.
Yep. Cool, man. Okay. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yeah.
Nice little 20 minutes.